Greetings, minions, it is I, the Flaming Monocle, and I'm here playing 8BitBoy. A very interesting, side-scrolly, Mario-styley, cloney, gamey thing. And as of yet, I've not beaten it, so I'm looking forward to seeing how far we can get whilst I'm recording. Obviously, the only difference between normal and ultra, normal means you die and you come back at the end, you save the game and come back. Ultra means you die permanently. Naturally, we'll be gravitating towards normal mode for the sake of my sanity. Oh, look, it's not me, because I don't wear a baseball cap. It could be a rent-a-hero. Life was not what he'd expected. He wasn't disappointed with life per se, but he was certainly disappointed in himself. When was the last time he was truly happy? When was the last time he woke up in the morning and thought to himself, this is going to be a good day? Finally passing his exams 1 year ago, just to be faced with unemployment, didn't help either. This was not what he'd expected at all. At the age of 32, he felt he had accomplished very little. Half-finished education, courses, and the odd jobs in between weren't something to be proud of, he thought. It certainly wasn't how he'd imagined his life would be when he was a kid 20 years ago. It all seemed so long ago, like in another lifetime. I'm sure none of you can relate. He tried to remember how life was back then, back when he used to play games all day long on his trusted console. He got it for his 10th birthday, and oh, what a joy it was. He simply loved that thing and dreamed about growing up and making games himself one day. It all seemed so silly now, knowing you have to grow up and take responsibility. He wondered if he still had it in the basement. Would it even work after all these years? He felt the urge to go and look in the basement right away. He almost felt excited about finding it, and couldn't even remember the last time he felt that way about anything. Can't see this going wrong. He went down to the dark basement. The air was cold, thick and moist. It made him a little bit nauseous and lightheaded. He looked through what seemed like an endless number of moving boxes, crates and bags, but finally he found what he was looking for in the far and darkest corner of the room. The old 8-bit console. So many good memories. Just thinking about it filled him with bittersweet nostalgia. He looked through some of the old games. Most of them were a little fuzzy around the label, and some even had mold on them. Suddenly, he was struck with fear, looking at the last game cartridge in the pile. Master System! It seemed completely new and shiny. It even had that harsh chemical smell to it that new plastic usually has. No dents or scratches like all the other games, but what filled him with fear was the empty label on top of the cartridge to avoid copyright from Sega. It had the print and pattern of other cartridges, but was missing the title, as if it was just waiting on someone to fill it in. He couldn't explain why this filled him with pure eeriness. It just did. A tiny and very subtle voice inside him whispered a chanting, "Play it, play it," over and over again, like an echo from beyond. Like he had no saying in this, he started rigging up the console to his old colour TV to try the uncanny cartridge. Somehow, this was what he had to do. Somehow, this was his fate, or destiny. Well, take your pick. Oh, a television. It's not a Sony, I'll tell you that much. Definitely a Master System. After setting up the console on an old dusty office desk down in the basement, he plugged in the strange-looking cartridge. The cartridge didn't need the usual push to go all the way down into the slot. It felt more like it was pulled right in, like two magnets just before touching each other. Just before flipping the wall switch, he hesitated just long enough to realize that this was a very bad idea. A very bad idea indeed. Then he flipped the switch, because of course. It's a very bad idea. You flip the switch, of course. Sega Master System. 8-bit glory. I quite enjoyed Wonder Boy on the old Master System, actually. Oh no! Pokemon style intro. Oh no, Pokemon style intro. And here we are. This would be it, I suppose. Loading tutorial. A very colourful land this is indeed. Ah, I'm going to learn how to jump. So the old stick, left and right, pushing the A button. I suppose there's a different version if you're not using a control pad. Hooray! I'm at the top of the castle! La, la, la. I'm sure you're familiar with the sort of jumpy, sidewaysy, scrolly, hit things, get things, power-ups, etc., from the world of Mario. Mario! Oh yes, you collect cherries, and cherries allow you to do this. Great. Da-da-da-da. Shooting tips. Sorry, I'm just sort of taking it as I go, because I've done this before. Shooting trails. Press B or space to shoot. Press down and B or space to shoot upwards, because that's the most logical thing there is. Of course, you have to shoot down to shoot up. Ba-doo, ba-doo, ba-doo. And the Super Balls don't always go the same way. Sorry, Super Balls are from Mario Land on the old Game Boy. Any of you played that? I remember you had to complete that game twice to get the level select. Da-da-da-da-da. Speed jump, hold down space or X, blah blah blah. Mario clone, whee! Ta-da, Mario! Mario! Oh dear. World 1. Now, this isn't the sort of Mario World 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, and then you go to the next one. No, there's like 8, I think, per one. So I'm just going to muscle through the first ones as quick as, because I know for a fact that if you don't get a move on and just finish the game, then we'll be here all day. That makes perfect sense. I'm sticking to it. What can you say about Mario Clone? Oh, could there be secret things? Yes, many secrets. Oh look, I've got a green one. The green one just adds another ball, I think. So it does. Lucky, I jump on things to kill them. Buddies. Now this doesn't look familiar at all, does it? Except it's infinitely more difficult to climb. Ooh, a 10 coin. My word, I'm the luckiest individual in the universe. It's not like I needed that, because I could have just... Thankfully, it didn't fall in the water. Black ones. These ones are on fire. Not that I've ever seen the fire ones do much more. They just look pretty. Because these always take 2 hits. Maybe they're just faster. I don't know. I don't know and I don't care. Gonna hit the blocks that appear from nowhere. Ba-doo. And this is the end. Except, I'm just gonna very quickly jump up here. Even the castles look the same. It's a Master System that he's supposed to be taking the mickey out of, and yet it's a Mario clone. How ironic. Level bonus. I'll do a couple of levels and then we'll call it for this episode. Make it a short one, because I have a feeling this is a series. Because if I'm going to complete this, I've got to play it all the way to the end. And I know from having sunk 2 hours into it already that I've not finished it. So, I certainly don't imagine it's going to take quite as long as the old... hang on. I don't imagine it's going to take quite as long as the old 11th hour or anything of the sort, but you never know. So, just going to... I think the trick to this level is just get through it as quickly as possible. Ignore everything else. Spikes, instant death, by the way. Always a bonus. You know where you stand with spikes. Not on them. Oh, and I stupidly pressed the jump button. I've lost all my abilities. Hey-ho, that's how it goes. Oh, I can press this button, and you see that thing in the bottom right-hand corner? I can press this button and get it straight away. Ooh. A one-man, as Ego Raptor would say. Now I know there's one coming. Da-doing! I'm determined not to die until I've gotten to the first warp zone. Yes, there are warp zones. They're even called warp zones, I think. Nope, not today, bat. Here's the warp zone. I thought it was the next level. Game saved. World warped. 1 out of 50 collected. 1 out of 50 what? Coins, I suppose. And that would be the end of that level. Shall we go for 15 minutes, I think? Yes, let's do another level. Where have I warped to? I think it's the second world, so I think we've skipped a good 7 or 8 levels there. Alright, 7 levels then. We're now on the obligatory desert zone. I don't think there's another warp level, another warp on this zone, another warp on this level. So, without further ado, I shall just get on with the finishing of the level. Oh, I forgot these things do that. How irritating! Ooh, oh, wasn't expecting that whatsoever. Many coins. Wow. Oh, I've got a red cherry as well. I've got some black cherries. Looky. I'm earning all of the things. Evil cactus. As far as Mario clones go, this one doesn't feel that 8-bit in anything other than the way it kind of looks. It's a bit too clean and polished. And I think the colour palettes are a little bit too rich for this to be an 8-bit style game. But still, it's fairly faithful. Oh, boobs. How annoying. Let's just grab the fire thing. Run. Everything's amazing. He said, avoiding copyright cleverly. Oh, you bastard. Oh, you bastard. Never mind, eh? Can't see this going wrong at all. Jeez, woo! Yep, dear. Yep. He said, getting everything really wrong in the heat of the moment. It was the heat of the moment. Oh, I thought that sand was creeping up on me. Derp. Hey-ho. Level 2, over. I think we can squeeze one more level in. Level bonus. Don't care. Is it just me, or have I... do any of you guys out there go for the high scores still on games like this? I mean, I understand the score is there as a means to keep score, but do you ever see it as an imperative in a game, when especially the first time through you play it? I mean, I can understand the second, third times, etc., but do you ever feel that the score is as important as, say, finishing the game, or what do you think? Give me a comment in the old comments section below and tell me your thoughts. What games do you strive to get the high score on? I tell you one game I do strive to get the high score on, which my mother always beat me at, was Tetris. She managed to get infinitely better than me at that. So, ooh, that's another 100 coins right there. Don't mind if I do. Now I think on this level there's another warp zone, but I can't remember where. So this is the one where I kind of have to annoyingly check out all the walls like this. Do. Come on, snaky snake. The snake panther. Whoa, you get a turn of speed on when you're destroyed. Click. Nope. Click. Nope. Okay. Collision detection, not the... What even? I nudged it out of the way. Well, not that I require it in any way, shape or form. It would just be nice to have green cherries. Onwards and upwards. Clicky click click click. I knew there was one there. I think it's the secret super special coin of nice and specialness. There is a mode, not a mode, but you're on the ultra mode. Not only do you die, I believe, permanently, but you have to collect those coins on every single level before you can finish the level, which to me is a bit of a deal breaker, because stuff like that, it's just arbitrary stuff to make it more difficult. I can understand adding more enemies and things like that in a hard mode, but to make you go and find items before you can finish the level, it kind of reminds me of Decap Attack on the old Mega Drive Genesis sort of thing, which, was, by the way, was one of my favourite games ever. But the necessity to go and find certain items before you could finish the level kind of irritated the hell out of me, but at the same time, didn't have many games to play at the time, so that was just the deal you got. Let's see what this is. More red cherries! Gosh, aren't I the lucky one? Oh, it's a 10-coiner. 10 coins for you, because you're awesome. No, death. Except it's not death. Oh, I can see the sand rising there. Instant death sand as well. I better make sure not to get in the way of that when it happens to happen. Get out of my way, snakeage. Hey, guess who's been really lucky today? Yes, I saw you there. Oh, hello. Can't see that not working in my favour. Now, will the sand get as far as that? No. Good. I never used to think I was that good at computer games. I'm still not exactly counting myself among the best, but at the same time, I do like me a good runny, jumpy, shooty, smashy thingy. Not really a big fan of the old COD games or anything like that. Not really a big fan of those sorts of things, but give me a platformer and I will be there all day. And I think with that, we'll call it. That's been the introduction to 8BitBoy, another sort of Mario clone, and I do hope you'll join me the next time that I play 8BitBoy here by myself, because there's no tea, dude. Do drop a like if you've enjoyed what you've seen and want to see more of it, and do leave a comment as well, because I do so enjoy reading those. Well, the good ones anyway. The rest of them I tend to ignore, but yay, if you leave me a good comment, I'm going to read it. To the point where, my popularity, such as it is, means that I can no longer read every single one through fear of dying of old age, but I don't think I'm quite there yet, so get in now if you want to have a chance of speaking to me, the Flaming Monocle. Join me the next time I play 8BitBoy. Cheerio!